What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition, the brand new edition of Trip List. Yeah. Number 26 was in Minnesota. Minnehaha picnic area. I may or may not be pronouncing any of that correctly. Pretty sure I nailed the Minnesota part though. Regardless, it's just a little 9-hole, but it was so unique in one way, I guess in a couple of ways, but one being it was packed. I'm not a huge fan of like crowded courses at all, but seeing a 9-hole that was crowded, it was like, man, this must be some kind of little 9-hole. At least it's got the locals, coming out. But then they had a whole disc selling van out there, like the Aha Shack folks around this part. These dudes were at Minnehaha picnic area. So then, of course, we played, and it was a lot of ace runs. It was no like jump putt off the tee pad, throw your spike houser out there, throw your straight putter shot. It had some low ceilings, but it had some lines throughout. And man, it was just a fun little 9-hole. We met some dude and Doug told him that he hits jump putts all the time, talking about me. And lo and behold, I hit like 3 in a row. And so that guy probably left thinking I was actually good at disc golf. And for that, they land just outside the top 25 at number 26. 25 is an interesting one to me. Like Lincoln Ridge, Kentucky. I'm pretty sure it's Kentucky. It's right there at the Kentucky, Ohio. It's their little triad of the Natty, Idlewild, and Lincoln Ridge. And a lot of people rave about Lincoln Ridge. It's good. It's also just not special. But this was packed. It was a lot of people. A lot of times we're throwing back and forth, and like you got people in the fairway beside you that you could easily hit. But it was just, I don't know. It wasn't good. It wasn't bad. It was just Lincoln Ridge. That was all right. Number 24. Dud actually ranked his separately than what I did. I ranked number 24 as the International Disc Golf something Hall of Fame. Yeah, it's down there, the IDGC. Yeah, it's the Hall of Fame's down there. So you got the Hall of Fame, which is just a little building with a little room that's got some memorabilia. But it was really cool. Like going down there, the experience, seeing the Hall of Fame, the pictures on the wall, the plaques, that's really neat. Unfortunately, first course I played when I went down was Steady Ed Memorial. I didn't think it was that good. I didn't like it. Dutt liked it more than I did. It seemed like a lot of awkward lines. It seemed like they tried to force a smaller course into this property, and just didn't work. Now the other course we played, the next time we went, was W.R. Jackson. And W.R. Jackson should legitimately be a top 5 to 10 course in the country. It's the first course I've ever played in my life that I'm just not good enough to play it. I just don't have the distance to play it. That's all it comes down to. I've played Northwood Gold, and the case with most of these courses, I can play for par. At W.R. Jackson, I can't play for par. I have to throw max distance drive perfect through a tunnel, and then from there pitch up to the turn, and then from there throw a max distance drive, then from there pitch up to the basket, and then take my putt and hope I hit it. And if I do all that, I can get a 5 on a par 4. Not that par should matter, but it's just very disheartening going hole after hole after hole of not even having a chance at par. I'm just not good enough to play it. And because I'm not good enough to play it, it would be silly for me to rate it real high, because that don't even make sense. So it combines with everything else. Thankfully, they have the Hall of Fame, and all that together makes it number 24. Number 23, it's Primland Meadows of Dan in Virginia. Pretty short course, lots of hills, very scenic. They saw some bear out there not long before we showed up. And it was kind of scary. Like, I hadn't had to face that before, really. And we didn't actually face it, obviously. I'm still alive to make this video. So, but Primland, it was pretty. And it was the first course on a trip. And to me, it was a diamond in the rough kind of thing. I really liked it. The views were great. I'm really shocked that I haven't been back there. It's nice. It's a nice place. I have nothing bad to say about it other than John didn't pet that deer. I still hate that I didn't get to see the outcome of that. Number 22, hailing all the way from Alabama, Clay. Clay, I honestly thought was going to be a little more enjoyable than it was. But then on the other hand, we had exactly what I was expecting. Throwing through like some bamboo style stuff like at Winthrop. Had a double stack basket. Just some obstacles that were man-made. What you might call gimmicky, but what I call fun. We didn't have the best weather for being there. Like, it was muddy and stuff. And that course, I mean, I threw a towel away on hole 18. So, you know, it wasn't the best weather, and that might have took away from it a little bit. But it didn't take away from it enough to knock it all the way out of, you know, my upper echelon, upper half. Well, probably not quite half. I ain't doing the math. But either way, number 22, definitely that's not half. But it's good. Middle of the pack. Clay, Alabama, I think. Number 21. You can't beat number 21. Bobby Brown State Park. Me, Dut, and Rusty went down there. Maybe it's because I beat the brakes off Rusty. And anytime you can spank that fella around a disc golf, you gotta consider it a good course. And you know, I kicked Dut in the teeth piece there as well. So this could all be elevated on my list. But I enjoyed me some Bobby Brown State Park. Little pitch and putt, 9-hole elevation, fun shots. OB. I always liked me some OB. And it was just fun. It was just a good time. We played that after Jackson, W.R. Jackson Memorial. And, you know, went and had some good food at one of the better restaurants I've eaten in my life. And just a little hole-in-the-wall place I can't remember, but either way, then went there. Just fun. I mean, that is the epitome of fun right there. And, yeah. Number 21, I think. Bobby Brown State Park.
And it's a lightweight.
That's gone.
He made it over. He did.
Yeah, about 4 miles. No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. Oh, the fucking tree.